Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Wildcat Weekly Coaches Report. Joe Stewart here with you on the Linfield Sports Network with head Linfield volleyball coach Haley Domek for the first time this season. How are you doing today, Coach?
Doing good. We're excited to get to play today.
Yeah, so the home opener tonight against Warner Pacific here in McMinnville at 7 o'clock. But you guys just got back from your season opening road trip in Colorado, 2-2 against Colorado College, one of the best teams in the country, but and then also St. Catharines, where you got both of your wins. How's the team feeling right now? Come back from this trip. Obviously, your short season last year was a big year for laying the groundwork for what you want to build, but I got to imagine that everybody had to be feeling great after some big wins there in Colorado.
We came into the Colorado College match confident and played very, very hard from point 1 to point 25 against a very, very solid Colorado College team. And then against St. Catharines, it allowed us to get some confidence and prepare really well for coming into conference in the upcoming weeks.
What are you, from looking at those first few matches, what do you consider the biggest strength of the team right now here? Obviously, small sample size, but just through the preseason and then these first couple matches.
We have great leadership on the team. Both Reagan Dean and Raylin are fantastic outsides who bring a level of calm to the court. Haley Dixon and our middles as well are just solid competitors who come out wanting to win every single point. And then in the back row, Isa Alacones and Maya Nakasone bring a level of consistency that's huge. Our serve receive was fantastic in all 4 matches, and so that was huge for us moving into conference.
Yeah, and so looking at those leaders specifically, let's talk about Raylin a little bit. Had a terrific match, terrific weekend overall. Led the team in kills and did a huge job on the digs as well. Talk about her versatility and just how having her out there makes it easier on the team and the 5 other players.
Yeah, we've talked a lot as a coaching staff about how she brings a level of consistency and a level of calm to the court. She's a leader who leads by example, and she just does her job really well, and you always know what you're going to get from Raylin. I was super proud of her. She improved her blocking a lot, specifically against Colorado College in the second game and against St. Catharines in the second match as well. She just was a force up there for us. And I think it was the third set in the St. Catharines match. We were down by quite a bit, and you could feel in the gym that they were like, we're going to win this. And Raylin's blocking was a huge part of that, as was her offensive game. Yeah,
it was a big comeback effort there. And then talking about Reagan a little bit too, obviously you're only 5th-year senior, but I got to imagine that's huge to have out there on the court, that extra confidence. It's got to be like having an extra coach almost.
Yeah, Reagan has done a great job really bringing in our freshmen and making them feel like part of the team, which is huge, especially early in the season, because freshmen can feel a little disconnected sometimes. And Reagan's back row play has been absolutely stellar. She's been consistent for us back there. And that's just huge in terms of momentum, especially against a team like Colorado College who's taking big swings, and she had absolutely no fear on defense, which was huge.
So real quick, let's go back to last year a little bit. How was last year's importance as far as laying the groundwork for what you wanted this year? I mean, you've got a mix of, a couple veterans, but some younger players as well. I got to imagine a lot of learning experiences last year. Has that already shown itself here through the first 4 matches?
Yeah, I think we showed a lot of poise coming into Colorado College, specifically against them, because it's hard to go up against the number 2 ranked team in the country and play with a lot of composure. Yeah, and play with some grit. We talked a lot about grit last spring and how gritty do you want to be. And I think our team showed that really, really well. Last spring was huge for us in terms of the student athletes getting to know myself and the assistant coaches, and then also getting to understand what we're looking for as coaches. And so moving into this fall, it's been huge for them to have that groundwork and to trust each other and know that when things get tough on the court, they're there for each other and they're going to fight for each other.
That's awesome. So going forward now, obviously, as we mentioned, home opener tonight. What do you think are still the biggest things that the team needs to work on before conference play opens in a couple weeks?
Yeah, we've been working a lot on our shot selection and how are we going to be smart hitters at the net, and then continuing to talk through the strategy of the game. Every team we come up against in conference has some really strong attackers, and so how are we going to kind of neutralize them at the net and then as defenders as well. we've spent a lot of time as a program talking about being a good teammate and continuing that throughout the season and throughout conference. And so I'm just really excited to get to watch this team start to compete in conference.
That's awesome. Well, you can catch the Cats compete tonight, not in conference, but it's going to be a great match here in McMinnville. Warner Pacific Knights coming to town. First, beginning of the game starts at 7 o'clock. We'll have live coverage, first starting at 6:45, but going to be a great match, I have a feeling. Thanks for taking the time today, Coach.
No problem. Thank you.